Chosen one, listen closely. It is not by chance that you clicked on this video. It is not an accident that these words are reaching your ears right now. Heaven has aligned this exact moment because God Himself is speaking to you. There is a person on your heart, a face that came to your mind the instant you saw the title. And this is not imagination, not coincidence. This is a divine warning. Do not ignore it. Do not brush it aside. Because what you decide in this very season could determine the course of your destiny. I need you to lean in, with your spirit wide awake, because the message you are about to hear carries weight beyond emotion. It carries eternal purpose. God is calling you to pay attention, to see beyond the surface, to recognize that this is not just about love or struggle or disappointment. This is about your assignment, your alignment, your very future. And make no mistake, the enemy is terrified of what will happen if you endure. That is why this message has found you now. Before we go further, I want you to do something powerful. If this is resonating in your spirit, hit the like button. It may seem small, but it seals your agreement with what heaven is releasing over you. Subscribe if you have not already, so you never miss the words that God places in this space for His chosen ones. And most importantly, drop the number 99 in the comments. Why? Because 99 represents the one who almost gave up, the one the shepherd leaves everything to rescue. By writing it, you declare, I am not lost, I am found, and I will not surrender what God entrusted to me. Stay with me until the end, because what you are about to hear will shift how you see this person, and more importantly, how you see the hand of God moving in your life. The real warning begins now. Chosen one, you need to understand something that too many people ignore. God does not orchestrate meaningless encounters. When your life collided with that person, it wasn't random, it wasn't casual, it wasn't simply another chapter in your story. It was a divine appointment written before time began. Think back. Do you remember the very first moment your paths crossed? Maybe it was a conversation that felt strangely familiar, a glance that pierced deeper than words, or a sudden stirring in your spirit that whispered, pay attention. This is not ordinary. That moment was heaven's signature on a connection that would one day become a battlefield, not because it lacked value, but because it carried immense purpose. There are relationships that pass quickly, fading like shadows at dusk. But then there are those that linger, those that leave an unexplainable mark on your soul. This person is not just someone you stumbled across on your journey. No, this is someone tied to your mission, someone whose presence in your life is meant to shape you, challenge you, and propel you closer to the destiny God designed for you. That's why the bond feels so different, so weighty, so unshakable, even when trials try to tear it apart, because it was never built on human intention, but on divine instruction. Let's be clear, this is not about romantic ideals or fantasy. This is about purpose. God does not connect His chosen ones to people without reason. Sometimes the person in front of you carries keys to doors you cannot open alone. Sometimes they are a mirror, exposing parts of your soul you never wanted to face but must confront in order to grow. Sometimes they are the one assigned to walk beside you when storms rage, so that the promise inside you is not aborted in loneliness. Every detail has meaning. Every conversation, every challenge, every reconciliation has been weaving a tapestry far greater than your emotions. And here's the mystery. The enemy sees the design, even when you don't. He knows the danger of two souls aligned under heaven's command. He knows what happens when purpose collides with unity. That's why the attacks intensify, why confusion sneaks in, why doubts whisper louder at night. The harder the enemy fights, the clearer the proof becomes. Because he does not waste his energy on meaningless connections. He only fights what threatens his kingdom. Chosen one, remember this truth and engrave it in your heart. When God writes a story, the enemy fights it harder. That's why you feel resistance. That's why you've questioned, why does this hurt so much if it's from God? It hurts because it matters. It's heavy because it's holy. If the connection had no eternal weight, it would have dissolved easily, quietly, without a fight. But the fact that you are still here, still tied to this person in spirit, still unable to let go despite every storm, that is evidence of divine purpose. Do you see it now? That first encounter was not just the beginning of a relationship. It was the spark of an assignment. Heaven placed something within this bond that neither of you fully understands yet, and the enemy will do everything possible to destroy it before you realize what it truly is.